Okay, hello everyone. It's Wednesday. This is Stacy. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Today I'm living on the edge, you guys. What else is new with me, right? I feel like I'm always living on the edge. So I've had a busy week, a busy everything, a busy whatever. There's no excuses. Here I am. I have these little paper bags. I actually have 3 others. So they're these oblong rectangular bags. They do open. And I wanted to do something with them. So I thought that I would make a zine today or some kind of an art journal with them. Because I like to live on the edge and make things difficult for myself, I guess. So that's what we're doing. Now, I was hoping that this was a little neater, but you know, you work with what you work with, right? Okay, so now I folded this. So I'm going to tell you what these actually are. These came from when I was traveling and we stopped and ate at Cracker Barrel. So they rolled up your fork, knife, and spoon and a napkin and stuck them in these little bags. I'm guessing for sanitation purposes. But I thought that they were very arty and I could do something cool with them. So here's how I'm living on the edge. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. I have a lot of just papers. So these are all printables that I've gotten from one place or another that I've printed out on my computer. I do have some other things here. Some other random papers. I kind of like this one. So some big, I'll have no idea where I got these from because they're that old. Some of them didn't print that great. So I like the little stamps though, or these, ooh, even this. So I have all of these on my desk. That's another one. And we're gonna make art. Because sometimes, don't you like the challenge of just like making art? So that's what we're doing. So who knows how this is going to go. I'm going to stop pulling papers out now and just go with what I've got here. So we're going to make a little art journal. I had a vision that I could put all of these together and bind them together and make a little some kind of art journal, but I don't know that I'll do that. I'm going to start with this one, which is folded. I folded it 4 times. Yeah, I have 4. So I folded it 3 times. I have 4 panels on the front and 4 on the back. And this one has a little pocket. I suppose I could cut any one of these to make a pocket if I wanted to, but I'm going to just go with what I got here and see how we do. Let's see, Estella. Hello, Estella. Thank you for being here, of course. Let's put some of these papers back so I don't have such a mess. I'm going to use some of the papers maybe that I made, some of these random things on my desk that I thought might look good. These are a little bit big to be on the page, so I think I'm not going to use those. Some painted book pages. They're not from me. They were Happy Mail I got. Some book pages in other languages, which is kind of a fun thing. Some painted on, this is my roll-off sheet, so I have that. And I have these printouts. As I said, these are from various people. Excuse me. I happen to know that these are from Tisha Moore. So that. And we're just going to use whatever floats my boat in the moment. I like this one. So maybe I'll use some of these. Okay, so I'm going to take this bag and I'm not going to think too much about it. I am living on the edge. You all know this is how I live my life, right? This isn't folded perfectly, you can see. I'm not sure that it's probably me. I'm not sure that it's not the bag itself is a little crooked, but it's probably me. I also brought, so I have my hole punch. And I think I'm going to punch out a few circles of whatever, just to have them. That one's kind of sparse. I like this one. Let's see if I can... No, that one's... Okay, well, anyways, I've got those. And I've got this to use. So, let's just get going. Why not, right? So I have some pages that I also made myself. These are some jelly prints. I liked this too. This one, this jelly print. So that one, I think that might be the one that I choose. So I'm just going to do little bits of these things. And I'll probably rip more off as I go. So I'm going to just start randomly. Let's see if I can come up with something. Ooh, you know what? I kind of really loved this too. But I'll only be able to use like a little piece of it. But I'm going to try it. And maybe this. So do I want to use... So I think I'm going to do something like this. Or maybe I'll just start here. And I do have my glue stick, so I'm going to start with that. Now I'm going to tell you, I have a fan going over here. I hope you can't hear it. Ooh, it's super hot here today. It's in the 80s. I think it's actually 90 now at this point in the sun. And my room is in the direct sun, so there's lots of light coming through, which is super nice, but at the same time, it's also super hot. Okay, so let's get this going. And then I think I'm going to just cut some things out. Okay, so this is just something to start my pages. That's all I wanted, was just to get something down. And even though this might bleed through, this is a pen from, well, it's in Japanese, so I'll never be able to tell you. It's a brush pen. But I love it. I love the effect of this pen. So I'm going to use that. And as I use things, I think I'm going to move them so they're kind of out of the way. Let's see. I loved this sheet. So again, this is from Tisha Moore. You can look Tisha up. I just love Tisha. I loved her art. She's not doing as much anymore as far as I know. she does have a website if you just search Tisha Moore, and there's something called that, wow, I don't remember the name of her group, but she has a group that you can sign up for and belong to. And she's not really all that active as far as I know on it anymore, but this is where you can find some of her printouts, is in that group. Okay, I loved this with the times. So I think I'm going to put this here. Now I don't get all worked up about, did I cut it perfect? Are there things showing? Do I not want that to show? Blah, 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 blah. I'm done with worrying about things like that in my life, so I don't. I was hoping I could get one of her little critters. I like that, though. Let's see. So this says, the fun begin. I think it should be the fun begins, but that seems like something that would be fun to have in my book, right? My little art book. So I think that. And then I'm going to just move my papers over as I don't want them anymore. Now, she has cool little critters sometimes. I think I was hoping to find I like this too. But I have a bunch of other things, so I don't want to take too much time looking for things. There's so much to look at, though. Look at all this stuff. So she's known for taking magazines and making them her own. And that's what's kind of fun about Tisha. A while ago, she had a stroke, and I think she was having surgery and had the stroke, and it was too hard for her to do art, and so she didn't come back right away. Okay, I think I'm just going to move on, even though I did see some other things there that I liked. I thought maybe what I could do here is, there's so many good things to look at. So this is just a roll-off sheet from my brayer on some magazine page. That's all it is. But I saved these. Now this feels super heavy, so, but you can always find good little, now this is sometimes how I do it to see what the punch is going to be. To see what shows up. I was hoping this would go through. But it's not. I kind of want like this spot right here. So maybe what I'll do with this little bit of green and black in it. I was hoping I could get that, but maybe I can't. Okay, this one then. That one it is. Okay, so these are the ones that I just pulled out. And I saved this because I like the numbers or the letter thing. I think I'm going to try for this number. So it's just little art we're making because this is just a little surface, right? Like these aren't big surfaces here. So is the 3 even going to fit? We're going to use it no matter. Okay, and maybe I'll use a winged friend here. Maybe this one. And while I have no recollection of where these came from, I'm sorry to say. So, all right, I got that. And now it's just going to be making whatever we're going to make here. I'm just clearing off my desk, so I used that already. Okay. So I think if I do this, I'm going to cut the line off there. How is her first name spelled? Okay, Estella, it's T-S-H-A, and it's M-O-O-R, and I think it's got an E at the end. I'm pretty sure she's got an E at the end. So, I think it's the arts, it's like astronauts, but it's artstronauts. I think that's her private group, and you can join it. It's a monthly join right on her website, I believe. And it's got lots of good information, and her art is so, to me, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so I kind of like let the fun begin. Although that doesn't say let, it just says the fun begin. And I could put an S, so it could be the fun begins. So maybe we're going to go that route. And I'm just going to stick this down. So anyways, it is super warm in my office. Super. Okay, so I'm going to take this pen and I'm going to do an S here. The fun begins. Okay. You know what's really bugging me is that this has a 3 on it. This. Let's see what else I have for some paper things. Ooh. Now, I love things like this, but if you use a firm glue like Oohoo stick, a glue stick, versus something like this glue, which is a wet glue. So what do I have in here? I don't even remember. This could be like a glitter glue that I have in here. it's a little clogged up. But I like this little applicator because it's fine. It comes out fine. So if you use a glue that is a wet glue on this, the paper is going to disappear in the background. If you use a glue stick, not so much. So it doesn't get translucent. I know that that's made on tracing paper. So the tracing paper doesn't get as translucent if you use the glue stick. So I kind of like to use the wet glue because it will disappear into the background more as it dries. Now, this is what I was looking for. I am going to kind of work this out a little bit. And if I have to, if the edges are peeling up, I can always add more glue to it later. But I like using the wet glue because then it makes the background disappear. So that's why I like that. I think I'm melting up here. Okay, let's see. Let's do some of the... I have these circles also. I like that one. I thought I had a third one here. Okay, so there it is. So maybe this is my... It's T-E-S-H-A. Estella, T-E-S-H-A, Tisha. And you, so you said you found her. That's good. Okay. So we're going to put down these three. This adds a little color to my book. Now I could use this as an inspiration journal with inspirational words or quotes, this little thing here. I want that for sure. The question is, do I want this number 3 on here or this butterfly on here? I think we're going to go with the butterfly. Now, could we add color? Could we add paint? I certainly could, and I certainly might. So far, this is what we have. So I have this little fold-out thing. Right now, this is a pocket. I would probably want something more on the cover. I'm going to make this a pocket or stick something in there. The fun begins. I added the S. I liked the time here, so I added that. And this little piece of translucent tracing paper. My little 3 dots, and at the end, this little butterfly. Now we have a whole nother back section. So this would be the back cover. So you could add something cool on there, depending on what you had or what you thought you wanted to add. I'm gonna just take a peek in my scrap basket here to see if I have anything really interesting. I don't always... One of my baskets has more interesting things than the other. I never remember which is which. This one's loaded. Look at this mess. So I have this poppy, some papers. Those are all too big. I was looking for something smaller. No good words there. I was just trying to find something interesting, but nothing's really popping out at me. There's some finished work in here, some unfinished work in here. It's really a conglomeration of garbage, quite literally. Okay, well then I'm going to use what's on my desk. Okay, so this is just my, it's another thing that I had. Okay, so let's see, I have more circles. I don't know, do I like any of these? Maybe this one. So I think I'm going to put this one right on here. So this is the front cover, so it goes like this. And this is the back cover. So I kind of wanted to maybe we'll add something like this. I probably would have liked it better if I had ripped this a little bit, but I didn't. So we're just going to go with it. If I don't like this, gesso is your best friend to cover some things up. If you ever feel like, nah, I don't really like what I did. What am I going to do with it? And you can make gesso kind of grungy if that's the look you're looking for. Okay, so here's my journal so far. So the fun begins because journaling is fun. These are some things that I've collected. I like to think of my journal pages as collections, so that is interesting to me. So I like that. I still think I want to put a piece of this in there because this honeycombing is interesting to me. So I think like that. And I think I'm going to call it a day and I'm going to leave this blank for now. And there I have it for today. And then I'm going to find some little words, maybe some inspirational words to put on each of these pages. Maybe add more paint. Maybe not. Who knows? So there we have it. Out of a simple little paper bag, and it was a tiny paper bag, we have a little journal with some fun, interesting art in it. And that is my art project for today. Oh, it's Teesha. That's right. Oh, maybe. Anyways, I'm glad that you found her. Awesome. She's got a lot of fun things on her website. So you can find her on YouTube. She had, I don't know if they're still up because I haven't looked in a lot of, in a long time, but she had a lot of tutorials on her YouTube channel that were really great about her style of art. So making her style, which is, she would take magazine cutouts and she would use paint pens and redecorate people and things. This one isn't as redecorated as some others, but she made these shapes and eyes and funny people, funny creatures. Her art was very interesting to me at the time, so that's why I loved her pages. And she was a lot of my inspiration in my early days especially. So I hope that you guys enjoyed making our little journal that I just laid down somewhere and can't find. How funny is that? Oh, there it is. So I hope that you had fun making our little journal. And I actually would add more to some of these. I would outline and do some color. But I think for now, we're good. And maybe I'll finish it and I'll put pictures up on the community page when I'm done, so you can all see it. I just think these little kinds of journals are fun to have and make and carry around with you or whatever. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me today. Hope everybody has a really great week and a long weekend for those of you in the States that are celebrating Memorial Day. And I will catch you next Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Bye.